What's up to all my hard hitters out there, man? Chuck P. C-Ville's finest, along with my right hand man from the land, Mr. Carl Cleveland. This is not the F out number 23 on a Sunday, y'all. Kind of weird, man, doing this on a Sunday. But anyway, man, Carl Cleveland, we got a beautiful Sunday afternoon here in Cleveland, man. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Like you said, it's a beautiful day. Spending it with the family. Once we done with this, I got to clean my house. My kids got my shit looking ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what they do. Hey, man, check this out, man. Tonight, we got Jermell, the Iron Man, Charlo, going up against Jorge Cota, a hard-hitting lion himself, no pun intended. It's supposed to be lions only, right? According to Jermell, he going up against one tonight, that's for sure. But before we get into that, we got to get you all caught up with the news. But you know what? It wasn't that much news. You know how we do it here on Not the F Out, man. We don't report on rumors or anything like that. We like to give you the news as we know it to be concrete. We know it's official. We know what's going down. We don't like putting out speculation shit. Okay. Now I could tell you what definitely might be going down, even though I wish this man luck as far as this, but this could possibly be going down. Now check this out. So Eddie Hearn is saying that he is going to sue the WBC if they go along with this Wilder and Fury rematch. All right. Now, reason being, he's saying now Dillian White, his fighter, has been Deontay's mandatory for a little bit now. Okay. And he said, you just can't look past my fighter. Please pardon the sirens. Another man down here in Cleveland. All right. Now, he said Dillian White has been Deontay Wilder's mandatory for a little while now. He said, you better not skip that fight to go along with the fight that you think will bring on big numbers and help your brands and all that stuff. He said, I'm telling you right now, if they go along with this, I am going to sue the WBC. Now, here is my thing, man. Here is my thing. I thought Deontay Wilder had all the way up to May of 2020 to take care of this mandatory. And if that's the case, the supposedly rematch between Fury and Wilder is in February. What's 3 months after February? May. So where's the interference? I don't understand. What are you bitching about, Eddie? It wouldn't even interfere with your mandatory. And on top of that, Eddie, while you're sitting there in England blowing a gasket, why don't you sit down and have a cup of tea and relax? Because for all we know, the rematch might not even happen. You heard what Tyson Fury said. He said that he didn't even sign his name on the dotted line yet. I don't know why he being so damn hesitant, but he said that he hasn't even signed his name on the dotted line. So, Eddie, why don't you just relax? Because all this could be for absolutely nothing. Mr. Cleveland, you want to touch on this? I know you want to add a little more to this anyway.
Yeah, first, you know why damn Tyson Fury is hesitant for that rematch with Wilder. He's still having dreams of waking up for that goddamn knockout. Number two, Dillian White, and this is what I hate when they spread this propaganda. Dillian White is not the mandatory for Deontay Wilder. Now, he has been the number one in WC for a while, but his issue and his problem was when he listened to Eddie Hearn and he became the silver champion of the WBC. Once you become a silver champion of the WBC, you have to fight an eliminator to be ordered the number one contender. He did not fight the eliminator. He was ordered to fight Ortiz twice and he turned it down. Then Dominic Breazeale, who was the mandatory, said, I'll fight you. He turned that down. So I don't like this bullshit that Eddie is trying to do. He's trying to force the WBC into making Dillian White the number one contender without going through the proper protocols. Dillian White has not been the mandatory for 600 or whatever days. He's not the mandatory now. The mandatory was Dominic Breazeale. Dillian White was never the mandatory. He could have become the mandatory had he fought and beat Luis Ortiz the 2 times the WBC ordered to damn fight. So this is why I hate that slick oil used car salesman Eddie the Worm Hearns. Because this dude lies. And if you tell a lie enough time, you got idiots who would take it as the truth. Do not listen to anything this man says. As the last time I remember, he also said that damn Wilder Fury 1 wasn't going to happen. It was just a publicity stunt. This dude is clout chasing because his cash cow just got knocked out and he's in panic mode. Because if Anthony Flopshua loses to Ruiz again, matchroom boxing is dead. Now all they have is that pencil head dummy Dillian White, the happy slave, trying to push him on Deontay Wilder. You could have fought Deontay Wilder 3 goddamn years ago. Deontay Wilder said, "You want me to fight Dillian White? Put on the contract the winner get AJ." What did Eddie Hearn say? No. Fighting Dillian White isn't a prerequisite to get to AJ. Deontay Wilder said, "All right, then. Beat Luis Ortiz." This was before he was even mandated to do that. Beat Luis Ortiz in a voluntary, and I'll fight you in a voluntary. He didn't want to do that. He had an opportunity on December 22nd, 3 weeks after the goddamn Wilder fight, to fight Luis Ortiz. Ortiz was on the Wilder undercard. Ortiz said, "You know what? Grab your nuts, grow you some, and I'll fight you." Dillian White got all these damn excuses why he can't fight Luis Ortiz. He called him an old man. He called him this. He called him that. But you ain't trying to fight that old man. So I got no sympathy for Eddie Hearn and that dumbass Dillian White. You want to be Deontay Wilder's mandatory? Do your own damn research and stop listening to Eddie Hearn, you fucking idiot.
Did you want to talk more about the lineal champion?
Oh, that clown. Okay, Tyrone Bigham, a.k.a. Tyson Fury. And this is hard for me to say because Chuck would tell you I wasn't a big fan, but I was a fan of Fury. And I told Chuck before that first Wilder fight, "Hey, man, Fury gonna lose, but my man can box." Now they putting this propaganda on ESPN. And I hate this. And I'm so glad the fans are seeing through this. They put him in a mismatch with Tom Schwartz. Okay. Tom Schwartz did not take that fight thinking he could win. He was just happy to be there. Then Tyson Fury does his bum bash. He beats Schwartz like he was supposed to do. And they want to act as if he's the best thing since sliced bread. Compare him to Muhammad Ali, which is blasphemy. Nothing is similar to Tyson Fury and Muhammad Ali besides movement. Muhammad Ali has sting behind his pop. Tyson Fury can hit a dude 100 times, a world-class boxer, and he ain't going nowhere. I hate the propaganda that they're trying to spew and they're trying to spit and they're trying to confuse the casuals thinking as if Tyson Fury is just this world beater. Hell no, he isn't. He is a great fighter. I would be lying to you if I was trying to tell you that he's a bum and he ain't got no skill. Fury has skill, but don't overhype this shit, man. He's a good boxer. But don't try to act like he's, like I said, the best thing since sliced bread and try to sway the public to believe that he won the damn first Wilder fight. And me and Chuck were talking about this early. You think you won the first Wilder fight, so why didn't you take the immediate rematch? Because that right hand of God got you thinking about something, man. It got you questioning your heart. It got you questioning your boxing ability. Your own family don't want you to fight Deontay Wilder again, but I'm supposed to believe that you beat him the first time. And this is to all the people out there. I want you to ask yourself, if Tyson Fury won that first fight, why is it that whenever people talk about that first fight or even show highlights of the first fight, they never show you all these bombs that Tyson Fury are landing on Deontay Wilder, how he's outboxing him. They never show him schooling him. The one goddamn clip they show of that fight is Deontay Wilder knocking his ass unconscious and divine intervention or that residual coke effect, waking his ass up like he was late for school. So don't give me that bullshit telling me that he's the best. He is not. Until you beat Wilder, you were just a pretender. Pretender.
In more heavyweight news, we still gonna kind of touch on this. So Big Baby Miller was at last Saturday's sparring session between Tom Schwartz and the lineal champion over there. Okay. And when they interviewed him, he was saying, "Oh, I'm here for Bob Arum and I'm here to support ESPN." And I'm thinking to myself, why? Why are you supporting Bob Arum? Why are you with ESPN? Why are you showing all this support? And then later, indeed, it came out that Big Baby Miller signed a contract with the Bob father, Bob Arum, top ranking ESPN. And on top of that, to put the cherry on top, he could be in line for the lineal champion over there come October. Now, check this out. So you know Big Baby got a lot of backlash, all right? Oh, how could he get this fight? Oh, this is disgusting. Oh, he didn't deserve it. That PED dropped it. Listen. Did Big Baby Miller do something stupid? Yeah, he did. But are we going to crucify the man forever for it? And the irony is, didn't the lineal champion pop dirty for PEDs?
Sure did.
How much dope and coke this man got up in his system? But you don't crucify him, do you? See, this all falls in line with what we talking about here. They keep trying to put the swerve on you and trying to make you believe something that's absolutely false. Okay? You don't crucify Fury for what he did. Oh, but Big Baby is this disgusting monster that don't deserve a damn thing. I'm happy Big Baby Miller's getting this opportunity. I know Big Baby won't fuck it up again, okay? And I'm hoping Big Baby is indeed in line for the next fight so I can really see what the lineal champion's all about. You want to touch on this, Mr. Cleveland?
I'm going to take it a step further. Where was all this outrage for Canelo when he ate his quote-unquote tainted meat and tested positive for clenbuterol? Stop it, man. Stop it. Let's go even further. Alexander P.E.D. Vetkin, who recently fought Anthony Joshua before he lost to Ruiz. He tested positive against Wilder. They blame Wilder for the fight not happening, even though Alexander Povetkin popped dirty. He popped dirty for a match with Bermain Stervern. But he gets a title shot. There's no outrage. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I can't stand Big Dummy Miller because that's what he is, a dummy. He had an opportunity for generational wealth for his family, and he decided to take a damn steroid cocktail with everything under the sun in it. So I got no sympathy for him. However, I do not like that we're not even across the board. If you got all this hate and vitriol for Big Baby for popping dirty, then I better hear that same, you better keep that same energy for everybody who's ever popped dirty. And if you don't, I can't respect you because I know what you're doing. You're trying to push a narrative. Like you said, Mr. Tyrone Biggums, a.k.a. Tyson Fury, a.k.a. runs from Wilder. He popped dirty. But you don't hear this. They sweep that shit under the rug like it never happened and try to present it as if all that was his mental health issues. If you know anything about the side effects of steroids and coke, once you stop taking that shit, man, it fucks with your head. And that's more what that was like. Now, I'm not trying to downplay mental illness because that is a serious issue that I see every day just walking on the streets when you know somebody's not right, but they won't get the help. But do not try to scam me like I don't know what the deal is, man. You can't fool me. Not on this. That dude ain't got no damn mental health issues. He had a drug problem. That's what that is. The drug issue made that man spiral out of control. So don't give me that garbage trying to play on the heartstrings of the population so they'll get behind him and root for him so they can get their numbers up. Stop it. I'm not falling for it. I done seen this before, man. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. So my thing is, if you gonna crucify one of the steroid users, you damn well better crucify them all. If not, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, so Big Baby still currently serving his suspension. It should be lifted about October, November. And we'll see if he gets that fight next with Tyson Fury. And I wish him luck, man. Now, let's get into some juicy stuff. Let's get into some Twitter wars, all right? Let's get into some social media Twitter wars. So here's the thing. We got Adrian Broner and 50 Cent. All right. They going at it on Twitter again. You got Adrian Broner saying, hey, motherfucker, why don't you unblock me so I can borrow $1 million from you? All right. You got 50 Cent saying, look, motherfucker, I'm not unblocking you. You know how much money we put on your dumb ass for that Pacquiao fight? And you ain't throw no punches? You fucking up the money over here, boy. We ain't fucking with you. Adrian Broner said, all right, motherfucker, when I see you, I'ma see you. And we can handle our shit in the street like men. You want to touch on this, Mr. Cleveland?
I do not. Well, I'm not even going to use it. This is just dumb people shit. I don't take Adrian Broner serious, man, because he don't take himself serious. He's a clown. And 50 Cent is a bigger clown. So when you got this, when you got two clowns together, what you got? You got a damn circus. That's what this is, man. I pays no attention to 50 Cent. He's not relevant. And as hard as for me as it to say it is, because you know how I like to rep our higher born players, man. Adrian Broner is just a waste. He's a waste of talent, a waste of skill. He's a waste, man. So, man, fade off into oblivion for all I care, dude. Because you got all the talent in the world, but your mental ain't right. Your mind ain't right. This dude is one of those guys. He's like one of those 30-year-old teenagers, man. You got all this money in the world and you still acting like you 14, man. You doing all this dumb shit on social media with not even just with 50 Cent. Like him going to the grocery store, drinking 3/4 of a pop, then complaining that it's flat, then saying he's not gonna pay for it. You too damn immature, man. You want me to take you serious? How about you take yourself serious, man? So nah, man. We can move on. I done gave him too much of my time already.
Yeah, exactly, man. And as for the last Twitter war, now this one, man, you got Tank Davis and Tevin Farmer going at it again, all right? But now this time, as you called him, Mr. Cleveland, Eddie the Worm Herm chimes in, and he said, look, listen, kid, enough out of you. We done sent you 3 offers already to you and Daddy Floyd, and we haven't heard anything. Now, take it now with a grain of salt. You know, Eddie the Worm Herm is a liar. All right, he's a liar, you know, but he did put that out there, and he said that to Tank. He said, we gave you 3 offers, and we didn't get a counter offer. We didn't hear anything from you. So why don't you stop doing all the talking, and let's sign up, and let's finally have this fight. Like you said, now, Eddie the Worm Herm, he didn't lost Anthony Flopshaw, all right? He trying to find anybody that can keep this matchroom shit alive. You know, whether it's Tevin Farmer, whether it's Devin the Dream Haney, whether whoever it is, whoever he got over there, he trying to hold on to him and he trying to push him and trying to make it the next big thing, because Anthony Flopshaw definitely come October, November, whenever he had that rematch, will be out of here. You want to touch on this, Mr. Cleveland? Because I'm telling you, man, I want that fight with Tevin Farmer. Tevin Farmer, man, is another animal now. I would definitely love to see that fight.
You know it's bad when I actually believe Eddie the Worm Herm. You know it's got to be bad if I'm actually believing what he's saying. Tank, to me, he's on the Adrian Broner train. Got all the talent in the world, but his upstairs, his mental, what's between his neck and his head is not right, man. Between the ears is not right. The dude, Manny Fresh, because that's what he looks like, is what, 5'2", 5'3", balloons up to like 180. He just had a son, and trust me, I know when you had kids, sometimes when you with your girl, you pick up some weight. I did it myself, but this man don't look. Oh yeah. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. He had a daughter. I gained some weight myself with my wife just giving birth. I'm actually in the process of losing that, but this man don't look nothing like a fighter, man. He don't. And I was under the assumption that this dude was taking it serious. He's starting to get back into shape, and I've seen him doing some running. But man, he can't do this if he's trying to be a champion. You can't get yourself that out of shape. Like, dude, legit looked like he was 180, and he's only about 5'3", 5'4". He fights at what, 130? So you telling me he got about 50 pounds to weight to lose? Your whole camp for your next fight is a fat camp. You losing weight. And you cannot go into the upper echelon. You can't fight even a farmer. You can't fight a Lomachenko if that's how you're going to be. And I was telling you that I thought in about 2 or 3 fights, Tank could be ready for the big dogs, man, for Lomo. I can't see that now, man. I can't. I think Lomo will smash him, this Tank. And Tevin Farmer will give him a run for his money because that's the fight he's been asking for a while. And I can tell he's getting frustrated and agitated and pissed off. I need Tank to be serious, man. I need you to fight somebody. I gave you a pass for your last fight because Abner Mares got his something was wrong with his eye. I think a retina or something, or a scratch retina. It was something serious with his eye. So I gave you a pass for that, man. But what'd you do? You got yourself out of shape, man. You cannot do this if you're trying to be a fighter. So Tank, Manny Fresh, Cabbage Patch, you got to show me something, dog. It's a damn shame that I'm believing what Eddie Hearns is saying. And you know how much I dislike that dude. But like I said, man, I got to call it like I see it. And my instincts is telling me that the dude is telling the truth on this, man.
Well, yeah, for him to put the tweet out and send it to Tank, that said a lot for me, you know. But here's the thing, man. Both of these guys have fights on the 27th of July, both Tevin Farmer and Tank. So what they're saying is if both, not even if, win both, because both of them going up against little jobbers. When they both win those fights on the 27th, then they say it's a really, really good possibility that that fight could be next. And like you said, man, dude, you getting up 50 pounds and you got to drop. If you're going up against the upper echelon, man, dude, that weight training, getting that weight off, gonna knock the sparks out of you right there. Let alone you working on your skills and all that other here stuff.
You ain't got time to work on your skills if you losing 50 pounds in camp, man.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to do that, man. So yeah, if you keep trying to go up against the upper echelon, man, you can't get that out of shape. You just can't do that, Tank. But let's talk about this fight. Let's talk about this fight. Let's start with Jorge Cota. All right. Jorge Cota is nobody pushover, man. This man got hands of steel, man. Just ask any of the Mexican fighters that he fought. Anybody with their name in Hernandez and Martinez and any of them people that he fought, them Mexicans. You ask them about Jorge Cota. Jorge Cota got hands of steel, man. Hey, this boy coming in, man, he got 28 wins with 25 knockouts and 3 losses. He's relentless, man. He keeps coming. He pushing the fight towards you. And I'm going to tell you something. Jermell Charlo is literally going to have to beat this man off of him because Jorge is going to keep bringing it, man. And you know what Jorge told Jermell? Because Jermell looked at him. They had that face-to-face. He said, dude, this is supposed to be Harrison. You just in the way, man. I'm about to smoke right through you and get my belt back. And Jorge looked at him. He said, man, you know how many motherfuckers have said that to me? Oh, I'm just in the way. Oh, you just going to blow right on by me. He said, dude, you don't scare me. And I'm coming for your ass Sunday night. And on top of all of this, man, you know, these Mexicans, Andy Ruiz is their savior now, especially for the ones who don't really get a lot of recognition, the underdogs and everything like that. They looking at Andy Ruiz as inspiration. You know, that Mexican pride. Dude, this is going to be a fight. And I really hope Jermell Charlo takes this seriously, man, because Jorge Cota is nobody's pushover. All right. Now, let's talk about Jermell the Iron Man Charlo. Identical twin brother of Jamal Charlo, man. You know, we'll be covering his fight next week. He has a fight next week. Jamel comes in, man, with a total of 32 fights, 31 wins, 1 loss. We know where that loss came from. The big controversy championship loss to Tony Harrison. All right. Mr. Lions only himself, man. He better fight like a lion. I'm telling you. You want to know what I want Jamel to do, though, Mr. Cleveland? I sat back one day last week and I watched a series of Jamel. All right. And you want to know what I noticed about the Charlos? It seemed like when they first started fighting, they were really, really technically sound, man. You know, they used to work off the jab a lot, man. They were doing the basics. But it started to seem like, Mr. Cleveland, when they started knocking people out, man, and making it look kind of easy and everything, it seemed like they kind of started smelling themselves and started relying more on athleticism than skill. What I want the Charlos, both Charlos, even though Jamal is still undefeated and everything like that, man, you know what I'm saying? I want both Charlos, though, man, to kind of go back to basics. I want them to start working off the jab more. You know what I'm saying? I want them to go back to that style, man, because I'm gonna tell you something. He better box. He better box the hell out of Cota, because that's exactly what he going to do to get this man off of him. Because Cota gonna bring the pain to Charlo, and I don't need Charlo looking past Cota to get to Harrison. Okay, I know you want your belt back. I know that you fight out of anger too, man. That's another thing about you, man, that I don't really like. You got to kind of relax, brother. You got to keep a cool, calm head when you in there. All right. Cota ain't nothing to fuck around with. Go in there and take care of your business. Then get to talking about Tony Harrison. You're talking about Tony Harrison faking the injury. He got knocked out in sparring. He can't run from you. All right, bro. We know you want Harrison. We know that. But don't look past Cota. You want to touch in on this, Mr. Cleveland?
Yeah, man. First, I'm gonna start off by, like you said, Cotto, straight up and down fighter, doesn't do anything great. Has an average jab. He does have a nice right hand, but it's straight up and down, man. He has heart, and I'm so glad to see that he's actually coming into this fight to win. He's coming into this fight saying, okay, don't overlook me because I'm going to beat you. He's not just happy to be there a la Tom Schwartz. So that's what's going to me. That's the thing that's going to make this fight the most interesting because he's coming to win. He's not coming to lay down. I'm glad that you brought up that the Charlos seem like they're headhunting now and they're just going for straight knockouts. And I'll take it a step further. I believe I first started seeing this when, who was it? Oh, God. Was it, I think Maul knocked out, did Maul, no. Was it Maul who knocked out J-Rock and Lubin?
Yep.
Erickson Lubin? That's
yep.
when I started, after that Lubin fight, that's when I started noticing that it wasn't just one of them, it was both of them dudes who was going for headhunt. Like you said, when they first came up, they was back to the basic, worked everything, came off the jab. They set you up, caught you with a right hook, caught you with a straight right, wobbled you, got you hurt. But these guys are boxers who have tried to turn themselves into like knockout artists. I'm not mad at you for looking for the knockout, but here's my thing. Like Chuck said, it's got to be a controlled aggression. I don't have a problem with somebody fighting mad as long as they can control it, man. When you let that anger and that rage take over you and you become swinging wildly and missing or just head hunting, that's where you get yourself into trouble. If I have any criticism of how Mel fought Harrison, it was that he did not work off the jab. He was just going head hunting. He was just trying to hit him with that straight right and thinking he could knock him out because of what he saw Hurd do, but not understanding Hurd was working the body all fight. Harrison was swinging and was really tagging Hurd, but he ran out of stamina. He does need to work behind the jab. Male needs to work behind the jab. Jab, 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 right hand, reset. Jab, jab, uppercut, reset. Jab, jab, right hook. If you want to even switch it up, don't jab. You can start off hooking. But you need to box this man. Don't come in here thinking you about to steamroll him, because that's the easiest way to get caught. And then we'll have another embarrassing situation where this time it wouldn't be no controversy when you get your ass knocked out. So I want Mel to box. I want him to establish the jab. I want him to work off of the jab. I want him to show all the tools in his arsenal to let people know, hey, that first fight with Harrison, it ain't going down like that if we were to fight again. But that was an astute observation that you made, man, because that's something that I've been noticing, like you said, not just with Mel, but with Maul too. Something else I've noticed with Mel, man, he's always kind of been in the shadow of Jamal. He's the younger twin. Maul has got a little more pop. Maul is a little more polished. Everybody kept saying, yeah, man, you good, but you ain't as good as your brother. So that type of pressure has also been on him. I'm glad that they decided not to fight on the same card. Hell, if you want to fight the next week, do that, or a month later, so your fans can get an opportunity to travel to both of your fights, man. But I want, like you said, he needs to establish his jab. Jab, jab, jab.
And yeah, man, you got to think, man. If both of these fighters gonna do what I think they're gonna do, somebody definitely getting clipped, man. Somebody getting knocked out, man. Definitely. And I think it's gonna be Jorge Cota. I think Derek James gonna get your boy together. Okay. I think Jamel gonna be all right in this one. I think he will go back to basics, man. I think you will start seeing him work off the jab more tonight. And I got the Iron Man knocking him out, man. I got Jamel, the Iron Man Charlo, knocking him out by the 5th round. Who you got, man? And what round?
I got Charlo by 10th round stoppage or Charlo by unanimous decision. If I had to place money, I would probably put Charlo by stoppage. This is gonna let me know how durable my man Cotto is, because he has been knocked out or a TKO stoppage by Erickson Luba and Marco Antonio, was it Rubio? He lost his last fight via split decision. So he has shown that he can be stopped. But like you said, Andy Ruiz, he didn't put life into Mexican boxing again. He's revitalized it, because you got all these people that they're showing they Mexican pride. It ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I love it. That's when it's done correctly and it ain't no racial issues. Having pride in your people is a beautiful thing, man. So to me, that extra motivation, like had Andy Ruiz not just did what he did, I would probably pick Charlo to win, like you said, in 5. But I actually believe that fight is giving life into these boxers, letting them know, hey, you stay ready. Anything can happen. When you get your opportunity, you fucking answer that damn call and you show up and you show out. That's why I believe that this fight is going to go 10. But, man, I'm expecting a good fight, because I know Cotto is not going to run. He going to come there. He going to try to bang. And that's what it's all about, man. So we going to have us a good fight tonight. Damn.
All right. I got it round 5 knockout by Charlo. You got it being a little lengthy. You got it going 10, but you still got Jermel Charlo in the stoppage. That's what's up. We both got Mel winning this. Yeah, Cota going to bring the pain, man, but I think he's going to get clipped and get up and he'll be up out of there, man. But like you said, it should be a good one, though. You could catch this fight on Fox. I think it started around 9. So yeah, free TV, man. This would be a good Sunday night fight. So with that being said, man, this is another episode of Knock the F Out, man. This is number 23, man. Thank you guys, man. Thank you guys for just taking the time out to listen, man. This is Chuck P. C-Ville's finest. That's Mr. Carl Cleveland. You can catch us on wrestling.com. You can follow me on Twitter at ChuckP216. Keep a leg up on everything I got going on for you as far as the future, man. And we will be back. We'll be back tomorrow on a Monday for the after party show. We'll let you know how it went down, man. Chuck PC vs. Finest, Mr. Carl Cleveland. We up out of here, man. Y'all take it easy. All my hard hitters, man. See you guys tomorrow.